Hello everyone, I'm Christopher Scadden with Oregon State University Extension Service, Food Hero, foodhero.org, and I have a recipe for you today that is perfect for those emergency situations when the lights go out. This is doesn't need to be refrigerated really, it does say keep it cool, but we're going to go ahead and do it anyway. I have all my ingredients here. It's called the Cranberry Oatmeal Balls, and I have all my ingredients here, and I have some changes of what the recipe says. I have my oatmeal, about 1 cup. I have a 1/3 cup of actually crushed walnuts, and this is how I crush them. I take my knife and I go like this. I lay them on a cutting board and then I just crush them up, and there they are, and they do that. I have 1/3 cup of peanut butter. I have 3 tablespoons of honey, and I have a 1/3 cup of dried dates. Now it does call for cranberries in the recipe, but it's an emergency and I'm using what I have in my pantry. So here's how we're going to do this. Basically all I do is I take the bowl, I put all the ingredients in, 1 oatmeal, my crushed walnuts, my peanut butter, which is going to be a little harder to get out of here. Let me get my spoon, and I'm going to do that with it, and scoop out all that good peanut butter. Yeah, and just have some of these. These are staples that usually most people have in their pantries, you know, peanut butter, honey, that kind of thing. I'm going to do the honey. Remember, honey is not good for children under 1 year old, but we're going to use it in our recipe today. And we're just going to put that in there, scoop that out. Honey is always sticky, and you know, you get honey everywhere when you use honey. It seems like it's always everywhere. Okay, there we go. And that's the 3 tablespoons, and then I have my dried dates, 1/3 cup, and I throw them in. These are, the dried dates are, of course, if you have cranberries or you have, raisins, that kind of thing, perfect for this recipe. Anything that's a dried fruit will work in this recipe. Now I'm using my spoon here, and I'm noticing, by the way, I did wash my hands before this. Usually we like to encourage you to wash your hands thoroughly before doing this recipe, because I am going to use my hands to form the balls to have later. So there we go. My spoon just doesn't want to cooperate as well, so I'm going to just use my hands, and ooh boy, is it a gooey, messy, sticky thing here, but it's fun. You can always get the kids to help you with this too. It's a fun recipe for the kids to help make, and we just mix it all up with our hands. I'm going to just use my hand here. It's getting all in my hands. There's some tips and tricks to doing this. You can put a little bit of stuff on your hands to keep them from being so sticky. A little bit of water or that kind of thing. I'm just going for it because that's the way I roll. Food hero. So I'm going to do this and get some of this off my hand here. And I'm going to do this. You can also use other nut butters. You don't have to use peanut butter. You can use other nut butters like sunflower seed butter or almond butter, those kinds of things. It doesn't necessarily have, like all recipes with foodhero.org, you kind of use what you have sometimes, and you just do the best you can, especially in an emergency. So here we go. Oh boy, this sounds really good. I'm just going to make it like this. Okay. So, it is messy. So now, I'm going to start making the balls, the little balls. I just take a little handful of it, and I form the balls as best I can in my hands here. And on the recipe, they're probably prettier than the ones I'm doing here. And I'm just putting them in a little container here that's going to go in the refrigerator. If your refrigerator is out, which sometimes it happens in an emergency, always keep the door closed because you can keep a lot of the cold in. Or you can put these somewhere else. They're just a simple, easy recipe. So I'm going to form, it says the recipe forms about 16 of these little 2 tablespoon balls. We'll see. Sometimes I like mine a little bit bigger. You might like them a little bit smaller. And you just form those up. And hopefully we can do that. Okay, and I'm going to do that. Oh boy. All right, and that's the recipe. It's that easy. You just make these balls and you cool them down for a little bit, or you can eat them right away. But if you put them in the refrigerator and let them cool for just a little bit. Once again, if the power's out, just keep that door closed to the refrigerator and make sure that you keep these cool. They just need to be cool, not necessarily solid cold and that kind of thing. So, all right. Well, that's my recipe for today. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go finish doing this, and you have a great time. Remember, when the lights go out, cranberry oatmeal balls. Thanks.